Here, folks. Good morning from Tallinn, Estonia. This is George Teacha and Eric Horlefson bringing you some live 14-1 action from the Gulf of Finland, Tallinn, Estonia. And your players are this young man, Sylvain STARKERMANN, versus Alex MONTPELLIER, who just broke. And they're playing 14-1 in the European Pool Championships. Eric, what's your take? This young man right here is a youth champion. He won in 2021 and 14-1. He's had a lot of seconds and thirds in the European Championships. He lost his opening match to Max Benko from Slovenia, 100-73. And now Alex played a pretty good break there.
Yeah, STARKERMANN was forced to come with a tough opener, as is typical off the first shot in straight pool. Decided to go for it. Nothing good, and Alex going to have the first chance here.
Now, Alex's best finishes on the European Tour. He's been playing the tour since about 2010. And some of his best finishes are a couple of seconds in 2010, and it was straight pool. So he's no stranger to 14-1.
Yeah, he's representing France in the World Cup of Pool a couple times. Been one of the strongest players, along with Stefan Cohen, who recently passed away in France for years.
Now, on the score on the bottom left there of your screen, pool fans, the score will be updated at the end of each rack. So I know you'll see 0, and then when the rack's over, you'll see 8-6 or 9-5, whatever the rack may be, 14-0.
Two balls looking like a good breakout ball here. 14 is going to have to be developed. Did well to open up the 7 there. I think he might try to get the cue ball in between the space in between the 9-14 here. That's the biggest problem remaining on the table. Depends if he has angle going to the right off the 3.
Would you be looking at a break ball yet here, Eric?
I think the 2 is lying best. I think no other ball on the table is really lying real good for the breakout, so I think he's going to favor the 2. That's a good shot there.
Open him up nice.
Rack's decently open now. He's going to want to remove the 6 as quick as possible. Could consider getting at it in the side in the next few shots.
You know, there's so many options at this, especially at this stages where you have to start thinking about your break shot. And for those of you that don't play straight pool, what I'm talking about is the last ball you're going to leave so you can open up the next rack.
Yeah, and ideally a couple balls. Yeah, sorry, George. Ideally a couple balls before that ball that's going to get you into a good position with the cue ball as well. He'd be looking to get the cue ball near the 5 here for the breakout angle if he is to use the 2.
I think he might do something with a 6-8. Oh, he just messed him up. He didn't want. I don't think he wanted to do that because now he's forced to shoot the 2 ball, and the way they were laying, he could shoot the 6 and bump the 8 into a real nice position. It looks like that stripe next to the 8 ball that's on the spot. You may be looking at a break shot, or we'll develop it with the 8. Do you play much straight pool, Eric?
Not really. It's just not a big game in Canada, even North America. I mean, we don't play it as much as they do over in Europe. I enjoy the game, though. I think it's very 8-ball relative. Works on your small cue ball control movement.
Yeah, it used to be my favorite game about 50 years ago. I used to love playing straight pool. But then 9-ball came along.
Yeah, it has a rich history in the northeastern states, New York State, kind of New England. A lot of straight pool was played around there in the past.
and a lot of it in Europe. One of the better players that I can think of is Torsten Homan, Niels Feyen.
Oliver Ortman kind of heading up the
yes
European charge as well.
Suke, the German champions.
So he's going to have to use the 8 for a breakout ball here. It's going to be tough to get a lot of energy with the cue ball going into the rack off the 8, but 6, 7, 11 just aren't lying well enough. Yeah, he was trying to move it there.
That little bump on the 8-6 earlier in the rack really cost him. He was trying to get around it to shoot the 6, and he bumped them, and it messed everything up for him. So now he doesn't really have a straightforward break shot.
Yeah, the 8 will pass into the bottom right, but again, it's just going to be an issue with not having enough energy in the cue ball, opening up the rest of the 14 stack.
See, he's developing it right there. He just did, and he did a great job. Great job.
Yeah, it's in a better spot than it was before, but similar issue where it's going to be hard to get a lot of energy going into the rack. He's got to focus on the cue ball here. Make sure he gives himself at least a chance to continue the run.
Trying to get to about where that ball is now that he's shooting, the 15 ball.
Nice
it's going to be 2.
There.
Oh. He did pretty well from where he was.
Yeah, he's on a comfortable enough pocketing angle. Again, he's not going to be able to take the cue ball into the rack with a lot of speed, but enough that you would expect 4 or 5 balls to leave the rack.
If he, I wonder if he'll try to hit the top part of the rack, the first 2 balls. Which of course there's a small chance of a scratch in the side pocket, but that opens up a few balls and that can get him going instead of going into it real hard. Let's see how he develops this. As you mentioned, Eric, there won't be much energy in that cue ball to go into that rack.
Definitely did better than where the 8 was before. I mean, you can get some speed. Have to scramble a little bit at the end of that last rack, and did well to come up with this scenario. Six balls opened up okay. Lots more development to be had in rack number 2 here. These are fairly short races. About 7 racks required to get to the 100-point total. Left with only the combo here. Going to want to control the 7 nicely. Ideally, if the 7 can stay down near the short rail and the cue ball above it, he could come back off the short rail into the stack. Got below the 7. Looks like too much angle to draw into the stack here. It is. There's some aggressive three rails around options. Doesn't look like there's anything playing dead out of the stack.
Yeah, he'll probably be looking for a safety, pocket the 7, and play for a safety after this.
There's an outside chance to come around 3 rails here. Just run the cue ball at the pack. He's going to. There it is.
He went aggressive. Wow.
Good try by Montpellier there. Looking for anything that's developed in the stack as far as dead balls. Still looks like there's nothing there. If anything, it could be the 10. Looks like it's kind of playing into the long rail a little bit. It's close, George. You might be going at the 10 here. Just safe.
Yeah, that 10 would have opened everything up, and it was a very high risk shot, I thought.
Yeah, four ball combo.
Exactly.
Probably lying a little bit into the long rail.
You know, one of the nice things about this Euro Tour is they're playing with a new Predator equipment, the Apex, not the Apex, the Arc table. It's 4 1/4 inch pockets, 5 inches at the side.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Mm-hmm. Very attractive table.
Starkerman has a decision here. If he goes at the 13, he's definitely opening up the full stack, considering some safe options. So he's looking at the pocketing angle here, so he's going to be going. Big spot early in the match. He's missed his first attempt at the table. So he wanted to come back strong here. Nice hit.
Confident shot. No reward, really. I don't think he can see the bottom ball. Stuck on the 10 ball.
The 4 might be available on the side, but nothing else.
Well, the young man from Switzerland.
Good shot. 15's going to play okay for a breakout. 3-12 are a little tied up. Might want to move those with using the 9. Play the 9 on the side and develop those. Could pass the 3 in the bottom right. If it does, it'll make the run out a fair bit easier. I think the 3's blocking it though. Think he'll try to go into that stack of 3 here, George, or just kind of.
I think he'll probably either
slower movement towards it.
I think he'll play into this position for the 1 ball and open them up very softly, because his 15 and the 1 play very nice for break shots.
He did try to go into
you're right. He did go into it. I kind of prefer getting on the 1 and from the 1 ball going into him. A little higher percentage of a better shot.
Yeah. 3-12 are definitely tied still. Push the 9 over by the 2, making the 2 tougher pocketing. So he's going to scramble a little bit here. So open up the 3-12. Hopefully leave something for a breakout.
Yeah, see, the distance is not your friend.
Looks like the 2 can be pocketed. Cue ball will definitely be running into the 9, so you'll want to get at the angle on the 2 as quick as possible, because it'll be tough to predict exact position after making the 2. Three's lying okay for the breakout, so he's okay there. Gonna have to come with a tough pocketing shot on the 1 here if he decides to go offense.
I don't think I like anything there unless he plays that ball to the side pocket. That 3 ball, I believe, is what he's going to line up for.
Yeah, I could push the 1. Can leave the 1. Go for the 3 in the corner, maybe. 12 on the side. Nice shot.
Nice shot by Alex there.
A little too hard to get onto the 2, so still gonna have to deal with that problem over on the left long rail. Could actually consider breaking out the 2-9, shooting the 3, playing the cue ball off the short rail, and just running into the stack of 2. And this is a good choice here. Too tough to predict where the cue ball is going to go if you try to pocket the 2 right now. Nice shot. Open them up nicely.
And saved the 1 ball in a nice position for a breakout.
Yeah, still a little bit tough on the pocketing here, but cue ball's playing naturally over towards the 2 on the right long rail.
Alex looking very smooth there, very smooth. This Predator Euro Tour is sponsored by Predator Group, Iwan Simonis, Aramith Billiard Balls, Longoni, Kamui. And your commentators for this match is Eric Horlifson from Canada and myself, George Teachea from Arizona in the good old US of A.
Yeah, Montpellier about a quarter of the way there now. Good breakout shot here. Missable, but he'll be guaranteed a lot of energy going into the rack. You know, even though these shots are very tough, George, they're the shots that come up all the time in straight pool, and if you're actually practicing the game, you get more accommodated to them.
Yeah, and I like the way he just stuck his cue ball, because that sometimes with high English will slide towards the pocket. It'll slide off the side of the rack, and that's very important on how you come into the rack to open it up. He's got a nice spread.
Yeah, ideal break here. Could be considering leaving the 4 for the breakout ball. 12's posing him a bit of trouble in the middle of that stack of 6 in the middle of the table. He's going to open it. He's going to shoot the 14 to open up the pocket for the 12. Maybe down towards the area he needs to be to make the 12. That was a little odd. I guess he was worried about how the 5 was covering the 10. He's trying to move the 5.
I'm wondering why he just didn't stop it there and play the balls to the side pocket that he has available.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. It's just bothered him how the 5-10 was lining up. Wanted to open it up.
Oh,
Things now.
3 kisses and into the side pocket.
Yeah, I was unlucky there. So ball spotter on the foul from Montpellier. Ball in hand behind the line for STARKERMANN. Well, it's become a little more jammed up, but it's still available to the bottom left.
Good look at the billiard glasses Alex is wearing, how they come up above the eye so you can, when you're down on the ball, you can see very well. For a lot of you pool fans that have to wear glasses.
Shot there
as a youth.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, as a youth, STARKERMANN Sylvan actually won a straight pool tournament. I believe it was in 2021. He was the youth champion in 14-1.
Yeah, and any overall winning title in European German pool or European junior pool shows a lot of strength. Junior players have been playing at a very high level in Europe for over 10 years now.
Oh, he's surprised at that. Kind of took it for granted, I think.
Yeah. Spinning the cue ball a little bit, over deflected on him.
You know, but I will say these pockets at 4 1/4 for straight pool are a little bit on the tight side. But the equipment is getting tighter and tighter. A lot of the pros have now gone to at least 4 1/4 to 4 1/8.
He'll use the 6 here. Could consider the 5. 5's a little bit too far below the rack. I think he might try to push the 6 into an even stronger position right now. Not bad, a little hard. Still like using the 6, getting an angle over on the right long rail.
Here's an interesting note for you, Eric. Both players have a 734 Fargo.
Oh, there you go. Fargo mostly rated off rotation games. With both these players having straight pool experience as well. Good angle here.
Give himself a...
This is the angle that Jason Shaw was using on his big long run. He was favoring a kind of a ball in a less traditional spot, kind of closer to the long rail here, heavier angle. I mean, he was trying to build big runs, so he wasn't under the threat of, if he missed that breakout ball, you know, it would be to his opponent to return. But this angle, although it's not ideal as far as the pocketing, plays with a lot of energy with the cue ball into the rack.
EPBF referees and timekeeper.
Oh, breakout ball missed.
And he wasn't going to get much out of that breakout because of where he was coming into the rack. It wouldn't open up nicely for him. Look at that. Even if he makes the ball, he'd have to possibly play the combo, the 10-7.
I think that's the only option for Sylvan here.
Yeah.
Ten will open up to the right of the 7. Just got to kind of get in line here on the first couple shots. Twelve could possibly use as a positive ball to open up the 1-2-15 area. Looks like
This is
Sylvan's on a
interesting
break
right
here. Yeah.
Players are on a 35-second time clock with a 25-second extension per rack. They get 1 60-second break, I believe. It's 60 seconds when they come back from their break. There's the arc markings on the table. The Predator arc table. They used them, I believe, the first Euro Tour in Treviso, was it? I'm not exactly sure where, but it was Treviso. And got a lot of great compliments from the players. Table looks fantastic. I was talking to Bob Evans that works with Predator on developing these tables along with Yalin. And they just put a lot of work in. These are just really solid tables. I don't think we'll see these in North America till the last quarter of this year. They've been using them in Europe now for the last few months. And we'll be using them for all the Euro tours. It's a 3-piece slate. And we're off and running in rack number 4. With that missed break shot by Montpellier.
Yeah, he's going to pass up the 10-7. You can get back in line here. 9-13-11. Might go onto the stack now off the 6. Not a ton of players historically coming out of Switzerland. Dimitri Jungo up there. A couple other players that have made a bit of note in international play.
You know, one of the good things about living in the United States is now with the Predator World 10 Ball being held in Vegas the last few years, I got to familiarize myself with a lot of the European players, and Dimitri has always put on a great show in Las Vegas. A lot of these players have.
Yeah, world-class player, former world junior champion. I'm sure he's played a decent role in Starkermann's development. Ronald Regley, another top player from Switzerland. Good shot there. He's going to be able to remove the 10 now. That'll open up the pocket for this 3. He can start thinking about what he can develop for a breakout ball now. Looks like the 12 could work. Only ball he's really fallen on now, so he'll be taking. I could take the 5. Three's still going to play okay for a breakout ball. I think the 4 is a little too close to the rack. Checking to see if the 4 passes the 3. It does. 2-4 is going to be a good connector play. Two, 4, 5 works well. Okay, looks like he has something else in mind here if he's going to be on the 3 right now. Still use the 8 as a breakout ball. 15 sets up okay for the key ball towards the breakout ball.
Will he use the 8 or will he use the 15 for a breakout?
Neither is perfectly ideal. I think because there's not a ball on the lower end of the table, you'd want to avoid the 15.
Yeah.
I wonder if you're guaranteed on getting an angle like this. Good shot. Not going to have full energy going into the stack here, but he will be able to open them. First 10
there's 3 players.
Sylvan.
That's been the highest run. No, did Alex throw the first 14 on the first rack?
He did, yeah. So he
did. I think so.
He'll probably run to somewhere near 14 to 16.
There's 3 players from Switzerland in the straight pool tournament this weekend, and they are Michael Schneider, Nicolas Ernst, and Sylvain STARKERMANN. Schneider defeated Alex Montpellier 100 to 50. So this is the second Swiss player that Alex gets to play. And then with Alex being from France, there are 5 players in the tournament from France. You have Fabio Rizzi, Mathieu Firiera, Paul Vilches Pardo, and Benjamin Balhazen, who does a lot of commentary for the Predator, for Predator, and of course Alex Montpellier. Yeah, he'd be on the mic, but he's playing.
Decent spread. Got the cue ball drawing up table. Looks like he's going to be left with the 7 or the 13. 13 is a little more difficult, but it's going to play in a better position. So long opener here for Sylvan. See if we can keep the run going. Two passes
looks like
4. He'll start getting into the middle of this bunch here. Five plays okay over to the 4 as well. Bit of rearrangement there. It's falling on a pretty good 4-14 combo. Has to start considering how he's going to develop the 12-15.
He wants nothing to do with that combo. I think it's a better shot than this one.
Yeah, well, the thing, if you took it now, it kind of opens up that little clustered area there by the racking zone. Still a few balls left to develop things.
He's back in business. He's
Yeah,
going to
main
open
order
those
right
3
now
balls
is
up.
to open up the 4. Well, got into the 12. Nice shot. A little unlucky with how they broke up. Still kind of tied up. Don't believe the 15 is available into the bottom left. No.
Made a bigger mess.
Yeah, doing his best to kind of rearrange things, but not quite opening up how he wants. I like this play here. Trying to get into the 14. Nice shot. Has some angle moving to the left off the 6, but the 14's kind of blocking the path towards opening up the 15-12. You might still try to get above it. Or even around the 14, going to the left long rail. Nice shot.
Oh, he can't see the 14.
Yeah, is the 12 past the 3? He's having a look right now. If it does, he'll be okay. If it doesn't, he's in a tough spot. Doesn't have a full pocket, so considering his options on the 15. Cue ball's playing just to the right of a scratch if he goes in the side. So he has to elevate a little bit. Nice hit. So want that cue ball to freeze up here. He's good, and he's got enough of a pocket on the 3. So, a lot of developing shots in this rack, but Sylvan looking good now. 4-ball plays good for the breakout ball. I think the 11 passes the 4, so he'll be okay there to play the 11 in the most obvious pocket. Maybe not now. At the top of the 11.
He's over a ball here, so this is a touchy shot.
Doesn't want to be too straight on the 12. He does have some angle. Little straight to move the ball over at a comfortable speed, but he can develop something going across table. Good shot. Just gonna concede on using the 11 as a breakout ball. Won't offer as much energy into the stack, but still enough. Oh, focused on the pocketing last minute.
Yeah, he was focused on holding that cue ball for the angle, for the break angle.
Yeah, on the position, pardon me. Yeah. So let off there from Montpellier.
Slow it down. Is he going to have an angle?
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. Just a tad straight. It does have angle going to the right.
And a score of 41-34. Alex will be breaking. We'll be playing the ball to break them out. You know, in that close-up there of the balls, these are Aramith billiard balls. It looks like they've changed the resin on the cue ball, especially. It looks whiter and cleaner.
Yeah, I'll take a closer look. Vendors always making small tweaks to their product.
Sure.
The best for everybody.
Oh, and he's come out nice for this 5 ball. To open the stack a little here too. Open it up a little more.
Yeah, he's having a look at the 5. 13's guaranteed on the pocketing, so he's going to just try to get a little better on the 5. Good shot. Into the stack now for Montpellier. Approaching the halfway total in this 100-point race now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a lot of unexpected misses so far. A few mistakes on both ends from both players. Sylvan back in with an open table here. Gonna start with the 3. 14, 12, 15 have to be developed. 2, 6 are lying a little awkward. If he moves to 12, 14 from underneath, he has a chance to move to 2, 6 at the same time. Just seeing if he has the angle to draw into the 2, 6 here. That doesn't know how White does. A little too straight. I think they'll be playing into the 12 here. Nice shot. Move both stacks. Great shot there from Sylvan. Rack looking okay now. 6 balls looking good for a breakout ball. Good solid stroke from STARKERMANN. Slow backswing. Nice transition into the forward stroke. Got 10 days of pool coming up for you guys here at the European Championships. Men, women, juniors, wheelchair divisions. Really the culminating event for European-based tournaments.
Yeah, the big 8-ball tournament on the last 2 days.
15-1-6 plays good on the last 3 balls. Got a little too much angle here on the 5. Ideally wanted to be straight enough to hold for the 8. Let's move the cue ball a little here. Still go 5-1-8-15 if he wants. A little bit more complicated path. They just worried about getting enough energy out of the cue ball here. They can get back up to the top side of the table for the 8. So he is going to go 1-8-15. So play okay, just a little bit tougher cue ball movement from the 15 to the 6 than it would have been from the 1 to the 6. Going to take the 15 now. Is considering it. Benefits of both patterns, but I do like this 8 first here.
That angle right now would be the ideal breakout shot. Maybe just a little bit more to the center of the table. Yeah.
Yep, perfectly on the 6.
Yeah, he zoned in very well on that shot.
Yeah, I got likely a small lead in the overall score line here. Tight match. Reminder, this is a loser side match as well, so loser goes home.
So we're at it was an 11-3 rack, so it should be at 44, 45, yeah. That was rack number 6.
Kind of playing in the top side of the stack there, so hit it with enough speed that he would go all the way up table and get some distance coming back towards the stack of balls. 5, 10, or 11 on offer here. 7, 8 makeable as well. I don't mind the 5, can kind of hit it with a lower speed. Playing down towards the 1. Another miss ball.
Sylvan seems to be having a little bit of trouble with the longer shots. Those are the misses he's had, except for the one very unexpected miss early in the game.
Yeah, a lot of narrow misses. Mm-hmm. A bit of a sign of nerves when you're missing balls by so little like that.
He's a little surprised by that shot. That ball didn't come up for the 11.
Yeah, not an ideal positional shot there from MONTPELLIER. 10 is available. Cue ball can play back into the racking zone. Nice shot. Nicely on the 2. Small draw can get into the 3 and start developing the 9, 14, 12 area. Nothing lying perfect as far as a breakout. Could consider the 8. Might be just in line with the rack. Not quite low enough. Yeah, 8's lying good actually. 9-14 still have to be managed a little bit. Yeah, you're right, George. The cue ball's changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a red dotted cue ball this time. They're on kind of black triangles there for a while.
Oh, that.
If he's able to remove the 8, the 9, that'll open up the pocket for the 9. He's actually saving the 8 for the breakout ball, though. Can go 5 and then 9 into the side. Nice shot, open it up nicely there. In good position now. I'm surprised he's taking the 8 here, George. I guess he still has the 5, but I mean, he could still go back 4, 5, 9, 8. So he's going to take a different path here, try to develop the 5 a little closer to the rack.
He just did try, didn't push it over far enough. I was surprised that he didn't get better shape on the 5 ball and leave the ball in the middle for a break. But actually, the 5 ball would make a better break shot if he got it closer to the rack.
Yeah, 8 must have been just lying a little bit too far below the rack. Was worried about drawing back into the proper meat of the rack. But he can get over to the right long rail here. He missed a similar breakout shot to this around rack number 3.
He did. It was on a 6 ball. He put a little bit too much force into it and caught the long rail going in.
So Montpellier taking the lead back here.
That was a 12-2 rack there. I'm sorry. Yes, 12. No, it was a 13-1 rack. Try to remember all my straight pool 14-1 learnings.
Cue ball got stuck in the rack here. He does have the 8. Cue ball's going to be playing up table, but he does have the 3 up table, and the 11 is a backup ball if he needs it. Both players haven't put 2 racks together yet. Possibly use the 4 to get the cue ball over on the right side of the table to get into the remaining stack. 11, 12, 4 progression here. Still on the 12. Worst case, he has a swerve, but he's going to want to control a decent angle coming back to the 4 here.
He's in a tough place here. He might be considering a safety. Can you see this
Well, if he
ball?
has to
I don't
swerve
think
at the
you can
cue
see
ball.
it.
Yeah, if he has to swerve at this, he might have a hard time getting enough energy going back towards the 4.
You
Kind
got
of,
just
but he's
enough.
still there.
Yeah, he's there for it, and he has to. This will open him up too. Missable shot though.
Yeah, yeah, good natural play on the cue ball here. Don't have to hit it with a lot of speed. It's going to have a lot of natural speed going towards the 9. Oh, elevating. Nice shot. 6 ball might be the only one left. It is. So long distance pocketing here for Alex. He's on a bit of a run. Wants to keep it going here. Nice shot. If he runs the cue ball into the 15, he can get a shot on the 9 or the 11. I think he will. A little too much speed to be power drawing back into the stack. I try to look to open the remaining stack here. Good try. 9's going to play into the stack now. A bit of scrambling here from Montpellier, but Way's going to open up the 9. Open up the 14. Ball should stay at that end of the table. Almost the 14. Does he have pocket here for the 10, George?
Can't really tell. It's pretty close. Doesn't appear to. But he's shooting it, so I guess he does. Oh, yeah, for the combo. Yeah, he didn't have a pocket.
Sylvan can open with the 13. He's going to have to save the 2 pockets, and if he is to start with the 13. 14 goes. 1, 2 are just lying a little awkward. Keep in mind developing a breakout ball in these last 5 balls as well.
He may be able to draw back for the ball on the bottom, on the short rail, and then come up for those 3 balls.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like the 2 goes from the overhead, so the 1, 2 is going to have to be moved.
Yeah. Yeah, now he can come into those balls.
Yeah, good controlled shot there from Sylvan. He's going to be kind of pushing all the balls away from the breakout area. The 14 can work, but I don't believe the 1 or 2 really pockets up to the top left, so I think you have to move them.
Oh, he came up.
Unlucky on the result.
Yeah, no reward there with a nice strike.
You're only left with a 1-2 combo here. Could play the 2 all the way up to the top left, but he is calling the 1. Another missed ball. He's left Montpellier on the 2. 14 is going to have to be the breakout ball. Tough to get any kind of energy going into the rack off the 14. He's over top of it as well here. That's a good positional shot from Alex now. Try to get below the 1 and go off the left long rail diagonally into the rack. Called the cross bank. Tough shot. Tough to slow the cue ball down here too. Cue ball's kind of playing back behind the rack almost.
I thought he might play that cross bank instead of playing it down the rail. I was kind of looking at that and wondered if he would play that cross bank. No.
14 actually ended up okay for a breakout ball. Lucky for Alex, he's not shooting it, so must be a little closer into the rack than it appears on the monitor.
Hmm.
Some surprising open pocketing misses from both players.
He got the cue ball where he wanted it. He wanted it on the short rail to be able to come off one rail into the stack. Maybe hit the bottom part of it. Didn't leave. Does the 1 ball go by the 14? Looks like that's what he's playing. Oh, he played the combo. Okay. Oh, that could have, had that ball ended up there, you would have had a nice break shot.
Yeah, that's what he was trying for.
Mm-hmm. And Alex with a 20 ball lead, going to 100.
Show my straight pulling experience here, George. Like, is this a proper breakout attempt here, or would you play the 1 around 2 rails?
No. I would probably just play the 1 ball 2 rails into the stack from the bottom.
Yeah.
And leave the cue ball on the side rail. He's pocketed the ball. He got the extra ball. Now he'll play safe. Either way, he was right.
Shot from Alex, opening the rack up well. Going to be tough for Sylvan to play safe here. He had a 1 pocket type save, just kind of leaving Alex blocked off on the stack side. Does anyone come up with this 3 is pocketable? I think it is. Might be blocked by the 15.
If it is, he's off to the races.
Yeah, I think the 15 must be blocking it, because I don't think he would have played the cue ball anywhere near that area if it wasn't. Alex can play on top of the 4-15 here. Call the 3. Creative shot. Nice shot.
No, he didn't call it.
Didn't even call it.
I called the safety. It's apparent that because he picked it up. And that's where it differs from 10 ball. In 10 ball, they put him back in.
Yeah. Sylvan just looking at his options up table now.
He wants to freeze this cue ball on the head rail.
On the 10.
Wants to freeze it. Nice shot. Good cue ball. He got the best. He did the best
10
he
is
could from where he
available if
was.
Alex wants it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go rail first. Yeah, good shot. Those are pretty shots. The rail first shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like Alex is looking to get into the stack here quickly. 14-11. Five goes. It offers natural angle into the 6. Another missed ball. All on short pocketing too, George, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One or two that had to be hit with more speed, but a lot of short pocketing misses, which is surprising.
Could be partly due to the, smaller pockets for straight pool, but still, these players they're getting used to these smaller pockets. It is new cloth, as you can see by that 8-ball going right through there, sliding in off the rail.
Yeah, a little unlucky for the 3 to block the 12 here, but it has, so he's going to be on a 15-9 combo. Ideally, if the 5 is available to the bottom left, that would play well for position.
Extension.
Players on an extension, 25 seconds.
Sylvan.
Wanted a little bit more out of that, I think. Might play this ball to the side pocket. I don't think he'll play the 3-ball first.
Yeah, the 5-11 combo goes. The 5 actually looks like it's a little closer to the 11, where it might not be available into the bottom right. You have to consider that. Doesn't want to get straight here. Looks like you could possibly run into the 11 if you want it. Gotta be careful with not sticking behind the 11 if you choose to play that.
Let's see what he does with the stack of balls here.
Yeah, starting to get in a little trouble. Not many balls left. Still a stack of 4 by the racking area. 5-11 has to be comboed.
I think he might play it. No, he's going to play for the 2-ball next. No, he came down for the combo. Now he'll come up to open those balls, I believe.
Yeah, a bit of left spin, take the cue ball off the short rail. These are always deceiving when a ball's so close to another ball. It's deceiving how much you really have to cut the ball, but I think it's okay here. Got it in the thin side of the pocket. Still not great on the breakouts. 7's in the rack. 15's going to be tough to play and get enough energy into the rack. Might have to use the 5. Could try to develop something over the next couple shots. Yeah, he wanted the angle to push the 7 into the breakout area here. It's a little on the straight side, but I think he has a small angle going to the right. shot.
Looks like he did
Oh,
pretty
is it
good with
still
the
in the
second
rack
ball.
still?
No.
Yeah, it's still in the rack,
No.
I think.
Yeah. It's right almost against the corner ball.
Would he consider trying to get both balls in the rack here? I'm just going to use the 5. This is okay.
Yeah, he's just
Come
gonna.
down to the short rail. Is there a certain part of the rack you want to favor when you're attacking it from below like this, George? I'm assuming it's not the middle of the rack. You're trying to go off the side of the
The
rack.
left side. The left
Yeah.
side or the right side. Open up the 2 balls on the corner.
Right.
And get a shot out of that. You hit the middle of the rack, you're going to stay stuck in it.
Yeah.
So either side, you can go right into the left side of the bottom rack, or draw it into the right a little bit.
Yeah, probably going to be left here. Want to avoid really power draws. Cue ball's going to bend too much. We're kind of trending to getting into the middle of the rack. So just stay on the left side here.
You know, back in the day when Mosconi would play a lot of pool, I used to watch some of that. Mosconi wouldn't really go into the hard breakouts. He'd break them out a couple balls at a time sometimes, especially from areas like this. And then work his way to find an opening shot to open them up. Straight pool players nowadays like that wide open break. When you mentioned Jason Shaw, the way he himself that big angle to come into it. You know, last month in Las Vegas, we had John Schmidt in the booth with us, and what a pleasure it'd be to have him here for the straight pool. Yeah, so you caught it just right. He's got a straight-in shot on the 15 ball there.
Yeah, it's gonna play
it's
okay.
Not the 15. It's up on top. Whatever ball that is,
up
up
on
top
forward
there.
to the 14 and then continue the breakout patterns.
Right there. It's a long shot though, and he's had some problems with these long shots. Not that one.
Might try to take the 6 here just to get the cue ball a little closer to the 14. Ideally, you'd like to have a small angle going to the right. Looks like he's pretty straight, so I'm going to have to go 2 rails forward. Maybe playing towards another couple balls. Just developing a better angle on the 14.
You know, we haven't had a chance to do much commentating on 14-1. And one of the things I've noticed is you don't have the time when they're racking between racks. They rack them so fast, it's so easy for the players to rack and get up there.
Yeah, one of the games where the rack doesn't matter quite as much. I mean,
exactly.
The tighter the better, but not as imperative as freezing the head ball and the front of the rack in a rotation game.
Just little things that come to mind sometimes when you're watching these players.
He's going to save the 14 as the breakout ball here. One ball can play into the side is a good key ball to get onto the 14. Looking good here. $13, $15, $8, $2 maybe.
Probably save the 14 or the 2 ball for a breakout. Yeah. I guess it'll be the 14.
He just wants to come up the right long rail and get straight on the 8 here, so he can have a pretty straight angle to not move the cue ball very much to the 1. He's going to be a little short. He's going to be a fair bit short. To the point where he might even have to take the 1. Cue ball can still play around 3 rails and back for the 1 on the side, but much more cue ball movement than he would like. But he's going to decide on the 1 here. A little safer, less cue ball movement. Good shot. Wanted to be below.
Now he's unhappy.
Yeah, still
now
come around 2 rails, but again, just getting a little out of the line at the end of the rack here.
Yeah, he's crossing the line of where he wants to land the cue ball.
Try to check it as much as he could so he wasn't crossing as much, but he's going to end up too straight. Very little angle going to the right here.
Yeah, he paid the price for not going 2 rails and crossing the line there, because now he's too straight. So he probably just pocket the ball and take the ball and and play safe.
Taking a one ball lead in the overall point score in the match. Getting near the end here. Both players needing less than 2 racks to get over the finish line.
Rack number 10.
What I like to do there, gave himself a chance. The 13 might have wired out. And a pretty quick look at it. I don't know if that look was more saying that he knows it doesn't go, or he knows he's okay. Yeah, I think it's actually playing into the long rail, so he's got to play safe here. For this 1 pocket type safe again. Try not to leave the 1 into the bottom right here.
See, I much prefer him drawing the ball, banking the 1 ball and drawing into the stack, because now he's giving up a shot. Whenever you play safe in straight pool and, as you just mentioned, 1 pocket, if you can get your cue ball up against another object ball, it takes so much away. It limits your opponent to where it can be crippling.
Alex is back to the driver's seat now. Nicely on the 5. Good place to start a big run from. Looking to see what angle he can develop back towards, getting back to the 310. Cue ball's drawn to the rail a little too much, so he's going to take the 3 now. Has angle to push into the 12 now, which could push over into the 615. I don't mind taking my chance of shooting the 15 here personally, but looks like he might use the 13. Four ball plays naturally into the stack area. 15's a little straight. Try to get back to that positive angle on the 15 here, but got too straight again. Still got one more chance to do it with the 4.
He'll do it this time. He'll get it this time. Although, actually, it's tough to get. He's going to have to give himself a lot of distance to get the angle to break him up.
Yeah, the cue ball's kind of playing the wrong way. This is a good shot, actually. 12 into the 8-6 area.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Focus on the 15 there as the ball to open them up. But 12 worked as well. 15 looks okay for a breakout here. Going to want to remove the 13 as quick as he can to open up the pocket for the 8 or the 9 in the corner, possibly. Move the 8 here too. Overdrawn for the 13, still has the 11 as a backup. He wants to get that 13 out of there within the next 2 balls.
Earlier in the game, he had a shot similar to this, and he chose to cross bank it. Remember that?
Yeah.
That was a much better shot. That was off the rail. Sure.
Thirteen's going to go now. 15 still lying good for the breakout.
Yeah, Alex is a Predator-sponsored player, so he's more than likely playing with the 12-9 Revo.
Yeah, Alex does a bit of side work for the Predator Pro Billiard Series team from time to time too. See him out there at the Pro Billiard Series events.
He's been playing quite a bit lately these last couple of years. Before that, he was coming over to Las Vegas and working and not playing. Put the 8-ball in a very nice place for a breakout.
Yeah, he's moved to 15 now, but 8 is playing right where the 15 was. Gonna get within about 15 balls of the finish line. He's gonna take the heavy angle on the 15. And this angle plays good into getting a lot of energy into the rack.
I think that was a 12-2 rack there, so that should put us at 82.74, 85.74. I never could add.
Yeah, so just 15 balls left now for Alex.
Yeah.
Won't need to develop anything off the breakout ball in this rack. If he opens them up good here, he'll just need 15 more. 14 more after this rack, after this ball.
I ended up with a long shot.
The only ball that really separated. 1 and 7 are available. Funny angle here. Cue ball's playing towards the rail. He does go on the side. He's playing over to the right corner as far as a scratch. I think he can beat it down to the short rail. Good shot. Good angle to come into the stack now.
Let's see if he comes into the high part of the stack or gets down by that six ball. Yeah, he just went right there. It's going around again.
Hit this. Needs to get there for the 6. It has, but way thinner than he would have wanted. So this is the match here for Alex. He's going to take the cue ball into the stack, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is the critical part of this match where a ball like this could make a difference.
Just slides it in. Didn't get much action out of the stack. Got into it, but didn't get much action out of it. Looks like the 4 goes in the bottom right. Alex looking at something with the 2. That looks like it's covered. It moves back pretty quickly.
Probably come up for the 10 ball next.
Yeah, it's got a decent amount of angle going to the left. It's going to have to put a lot of right spin on the cue ball to hold it up the right side here if he chooses.
It's that new cloth. That inside
tough
English
to hold that ball on the cloth.
Yeah, tough to hold it. Exactly. For those inside English spin shots that he just shot, that new cloth, it doesn't grab it coming off, so it slides over. Otherwise, he would have been very, very nice for that shot.
Just a reminder, Alex won't have to develop a breakout here. He does have enough points, including what will be added on at the end of this rack, to reach, I think, exactly 100. Popping all, with popping the remaining 7 here.
This one's key, and this next shot leads into the 9 ball next, which goes by. And he should be able to get the other that he needs, the last 4. Iwan STARKERMANN taking a look at Alex. Last 5 balls.
Yeah, I think ideally you wanted an angle with the cue ball running in the 3 here, but I think he can take the 3 and possibly stun the cue ball into the 8. Just gonna move the cue ball a little more. Cue ball's playing in the 12 now.
That came over nicely for him.
2 more balls left for Alex to take the match. A little too much angle. Might have to run into the 8, but looks like he's going into the top side of it. He can push it over towards the left corner. The balls will have to be racked here, but he won't have to go into them. We'll get confirmation on the final totals, but I believe he's on 99 now.
Well, here at the European D8 Pool Championships, you'll have matches at 9, 11, every 2 hours at 9, 11, 1, 3 p.m., 5 p.m., 7 p.m., and 9 p.m. Estonia time.
Only needed one more ball. I think Alex is confused on the score too. I actually thought he was on 99.
I did too. The score was 85-74 going into that, and he ran the 14 balls, and that would have been the 15th ball.
Both players talking about it here. They'll come up with the proper solution. I think that's it. And the way Alex played that too, he wasn't playing position to open up any balls.
I don't think they have a presiding referee. Which
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. By a presiding referee, folks out there, I mean there's a referee that is in the arena and will make calls. The only time they'll use the referee is if they ask the referee to come in, as they just did. And he's talking to her now. If both players are in agreement, it's over, and they are.
There it is.
Great match from Alex Montpellier. Sylvan STARKERMANN from Switzerland will be out, and Alex moves on.